Hey guys, it's Dark Architect 18 back here with another YouTube video, and today we're doing the Stalingrad First Impressions video. So before I get into that, I just want to say I do ship reviews, dev strike videos, and much more. So before I start, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you like the content and want to support the channel, hit that notification bell to stay notified of all my videos. And now it's time to get to it. So we're going to break down the commander, the stats of the Stalingrad, the gameplay, my overall thoughts on the Stalingrad, and then we will wrap the game up. So, commander-wise, we have Nikolai Kuznetsov as our main commander, with inspirations of Norman Scott and Isoroku Yamamoto. So, our skills are beyond range, intuitive, punch through, fixated, and refill station. So we have a accuracy slash AP damage build, or AP penetration build. So pretty good build overall. That's what I found the most success with Stalingrad, at least trying things out so far. Our modifications we are running in this build is aiming systems mod 1, steering gears mod 2, concealment system mod 1, and main battery mod 3 in the last slot. So we have aiming, concealment, main battery, and then more accuracy overall for our main guns. So that's pretty successful with what I found with the Stalingrad. Is its trajectory for its shells are pretty straight, and they are very fast, so compared to most nations. So it is really nice overall. So now we're going to go on to the stats. So for the survivability, we have an 82 out of 100 with 65,000 HP, 6 to 617 millimeters of armor, and 25% torpedo reduction. 25% is pretty darn good for a cruiser. Most cruisers, I mean, are probably between, I would say, 13% and, I don't know, 20% max, if that. I mean, it really depends on the cruiser and the nation and all that, but you get the point. It's definitely not a usual thing for that. Artillery, we have 96 out of 100, so we have 3x3 305mm guns, which are 12-inch guns, 19.8 kilometer firing range, 16.7 second reload time, 35.3 second 180-degree turn time for turrets. Pretty good. Turrets are a little slow, but the reload makes up for that, and the range as well. So, I mean, when in doubt, just turn your whole ship. So, anyways, you got 4,500 max HE shell damage for the guns, 33% fire chance, 9680 max AP shell damage. For the secondaries, we got 6x2 130mm guns with 5.2 kilometer firing range, 4-second reload, 1800 max HE shell damage, and then 8% fire chance. So, I mean, secondaries are secondaries. I mean, nothing really extravagant. So AA wise, we have a 96 out of 100. We have a 10x4 25mm guns with 84 average damage per second, 3.4 kilometer firing range, 6x4 45mm AA guns with 124 average damage per second, 3.5 kilometer firing range, 6x2 130mm guns with 167 average damage per second with 5.7 kilometer firing range. So the AA is pretty darn good. The range and the damage is pretty good. Definitely the long range and the short range, I mean, are pretty good overall, but always be better. But I'd say it's pretty strong against carriers or other planes overall that are going to spot you or try to harass you. So maneuverability, we have a 64 out of 100 with 35 knot max speed, 1130 turning circle radius, and 10-second rudder shift time. Concealment, we have a 52 out of 100, so we have a 13 kilometer detectability range by sea. Then we have an 8.1 kilometer detectability by air and a 2 kilometer guaranteed detectability while firing and while being spotted 2 kilometers away. 11.7 kilometers detectability while firing in smoke, and detectability while firing main guns is 19.8. So it goes out to that range as your main battery goes. So the range is 19.8, and the detectability goes to 19.8 after you fire your main guns. So that makes sense. 15 kilometer detectability when the ship is on fire. So that's a pretty big detectability if you're on fire. That's like a battleship detectability essentially, which is not good at all for a cruiser. You don't want that. 14.2 kilometer detectability after firing main guns. 11.1 kilometer detectability when the ship is on fire. So overall the detectability on this isn't insanely good, but it's not bad. So you just gotta play it very, conservatively, and you also gotta keep in mind where your team is and how you're gonna push up and what's the best approach here. That's how I always look at it, and I always keep looking at the map and what's going on around me so that I don't get tunnel vision and look at one enemy at one time and forget everything else around me, because there is multiple things going on in battle. So it's very important to understand that. So overall, we started at C cap. We pushed up a little bit. We've been pushing up and backing up accordingly. I've been switching to AP and HE. I currently have HE because the Kronstadt is slightly angled a bit more. I was using AP, and I typically use AP mostly on the Stalingrad because it's so good. But, the addition to the HE for the Stalingrad as of, I think, a couple months ago, or maybe even more recent, but I think the Stalingrad didn't really need HE to be effective. The AP was strong enough as is, but I'm not going to say no to HE, but the ship didn't necessarily need HE so to be good. So you're going to see this AP right here, what I do to this Marlboro. He's gone. So Dev Strike, that's how you take out a Marlboro. Close range in a Stalingrad. So we're up to 100 and almost 9,000 damage. We got an Alaska pushing out quite bravely. He definitely is not thinking. So I'm going to aim a little bit forward, try to get a shot. That shot didn't quite line up with what I was thinking. Thought I was going to get at least maybe 3 to 5K from that, maybe a little bit more. Obviously, it depends how it lands and where you're hitting, which obviously impacts how much damage you're going to get out of a salvo. So, it's all a kind of experiment. You got to just play with how your build for your commanders, and you really got to just kind of try different things with how you're aiming, and based on how they're angled and all that. It's really a process you got to kind of think about, like, how am I going to approach this? Like, I'd approach it like shoot a little bit higher in this case because he's turning in, or if he's going out, shoot a little bit more towards the right and up above him so that when he turns away it hits towards the center of the ship or closer to the deck line than the water line. Things like that. Those are like the big picture things. So 130,000 damage already. Pretty good game. We got a first blood, devastating strike, couple kills, I think it was like 5 or 6 citadels. So pretty good overall. Really thought this was a good demonstration of the Stalingrad. Just want to say, if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to stay tuned to the next video. Also, take a look at the other impression videos I've done for some other ships, like the Kronstadt. That's another interesting one that you should probably take a look at if you haven't, or if you want something similar. Riga is also a good one. I didn't do an impression video on that, but it's another good ship that you should at least consider. But hope you guys enjoyed it. 177,000, 3 medals, high caliber, devastating strike, and first blood. Hope you guys enjoyed that. This is Dark Architect 18. I'm out. Hope everyone has a good day, and see you in the next video. Peace. Bye.